Have you ever felt overwhelmed by emotional attachments, trapped in a cycle that seems impossible to break? You're not alone. Many struggle with letting go, feeling powerless and stuck. But change is possible and within reach. Inspired by Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, this video shares 10 powerful Stoic rules for emotional detachment. Why is detachment transformative? As Seneca said, he who is brave is free. Detachment isn't about becoming cold, it's finding strength within. Explore these Stoic principles for emotional freedom. Integrate them into daily life to loosen emotional grip, reclaim peace of mind, and focus on what matters. Imagine freeing yourself from mental shackles and gaining clarity and focus. Stoic teachings empower resilience and wisdom. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not events." Prioritize inner peace over external circumstances. Ready to break free from emotional chains and embrace personal growth? This video guides you through 10 Stoic habits for a liberated mindset. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like the video. You can help me continue spreading the Stoic philosophy. If you are not subscribed, I recommend you subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment number 1. If you don't, please comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's begin. Rule number 1, the power of detachment. Have you ever felt as though your emotions are being manipulated like a puppet, with someone else pulling the strings? Have you ever stopped to consider just how much control you might have unintentionally handed over to others simply because of your attachments? This is where the transformative power of detachment becomes profoundly relevant. Detachment isn't about suppressing or numbing your emotions, it's about reclaiming ownership of your own happiness and inner peace, regardless of external circumstances. Why is detachment so crucial? Reflect on the enduring wisdom of Epictetus, who insightfully remarked, "People are disturbed not by things, but by the view they take of them." Detachment involves asserting your autonomy, acknowledging that while you cannot control the events that unfold around you, you maintain full authority over how you interpret and respond to them. When we cling excessively to people or situations, we inadvertently grant them power over our emotional well-being. It's akin to relinquishing control of the remote control to our feelings, allowing someone else to flick through the channels at their whim. Their influence can shape our joy, provoke our sadness, and in extreme cases, compel us to make decisions that we may later regret. Detachment is about reclaiming that remote control and consciously choosing which emotional channels deserve our attention and energy. Picture your emotions as a kite soaring in the sky, each string attached to something, or someone represents a direction in which your feelings might be pulled. Holding on too tightly to too many strings, or fixating on one string with excessive force, leaves you vulnerable to being tossed about by the unpredictable winds of life. Stoic philosophy teaches us the art of loosening our grip, understanding that while we cannot control external forces, we retain the power to decide which strings to hold on to. This approach doesn't make us cold or indifferent, rather. It fosters resilience and a deep sense of inner strength. Let's put this into practical terms. Begin by identifying what or whom you find yourself excessively attached to. Then, delve deeper. Why do you seek validation, fear loneliness, or feel compelled to control certain outcomes? Uncovering the roots of your attachment marks the first step towards loosening its grip. Next, actively engage in activities that bring fulfillment and purpose to your life. By focusing on what you can control, your thoughts, actions, and responses, and releasing the need to control what lies beyond your influence, you begin to anchor yourself in your strengths and values. As you embrace detachment, you'll notice a profound shift in perspective. You'll come to recognize that your worth isn't contingent upon external validation or circumstances. It's intrinsic and unshakable. This realization empowers you to move forward with clarity and confidence, liberated from the mental constraints imposed by attachment. Remember the words of Seneca, "He who is brave is free." By practicing detachment, you're not withdrawing from life. Instead, you're engaging with it more authentically, with a clear mind and a resilient heart. Rule number 2, understanding attachment. Have you ever found yourself clinging tightly to certain people or situations, despite knowing deep down that it might bring you more pain than joy? What drives this strong need to hold on, and how can we begin to free ourselves from its grip? Understanding attachment is a critical step in our journey toward emotional freedom and personal growth. Let's explore this concept deeply, drawing wisdom from Stoic philosophy to illuminate our path. At its core, attachment is closely linked to our sense of self and identity. Epictetus, a renowned Stoic philosopher, famously stated, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This insight reveals the essence of attachment. It stems from our desires and the need for external validation. When we become attached to someone or something, it often originates from our ego, a desire for security, recognition, or a feeling of completeness. Think about a young child, blissfully unaware of such complex motivations. As we mature, our ego begins to assert itself, complicating our lives with attachments. These attachments, whether to people, material possessions, or abstract ideals, can cloud our judgment and obscure our true nature, which is rooted in love and inner contentment. Have you ever felt that your happiness depends too much on someone else's approval or presence? This illustrates the power of ego-driven attachment. To start unraveling these attachments, we must first acknowledge them for what they are: manifestations of our ego seeking security and validation. Begin by asking yourself probing questions. Why do I feel so attached to this person or outcome? What underlying fears or desires are driving this attachment? Understanding the roots of our attachments is the initial step toward loosening their hold on us. Imagine living a life guided more by love than ego. What if you could trust in the abundance of the universe, believing that what is meant for you will naturally find its way? This shift in perspective is profound. It involves recognizing your inherent worth and strength regardless of external circumstances. As you begin to view your desires and relationships through this lens, you'll gradually see the unnecessary burdens they place on your life. Embracing the concept of abundance is crucial on this journey. Letting go of the fear of loss often leads to unexpected blessings. Detachment isn't about indifference, it's about understanding deeply and remaining true to yourself, guided by love rather than fear. The path to detachment is transformative, a journey to shed the layers of ego and reveal the resilient, love-centered soul within. It's about moving forward with lightness, free from the heavy chains of attachment, ready to embrace new experiences and opportunities with an open heart and a clear mind. By prioritizing inner peace and authenticity over external validation, you pave the way toward a life filled with emotional freedom and profound fulfillment. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Rule number 3, the illusion of control. Have you ever found yourself believing that your happiness hinges on someone else's actions or validation? Perhaps you've experienced the urge to exert control over the outcomes of your relationships and emotions, thinking that if you just try hard enough, everything will fall into place. This pervasive belief is what psychologists and philosophers refer to as the illusion of control. It's a misconception that can deeply impact our emotional well-being and personal freedom if left unchecked. Our ego often tricks us into thinking that we have the power to shape external events and influence how others perceive us. This illusion leads us to place excessive importance on external validation, which can result in emotional dependency and insecurity. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, profoundly noted, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This statement encapsulates a fundamental Stoic teaching. While we cannot control external circumstances, we retain sovereignty over our responses to them. When we cling to the illusion of control, we may unwittingly elevate others to pedestals, believing that our worth is contingent upon their approval or actions. This mindset distorts our perception of reality, fostering a sense of inadequacy when others do not meet our expectations. To unravel this illusion, It's essential to acknowledge the limits of our control. Much of what we attribute to our influence is governed by factors beyond our reach. Realizing this empowers us to focus on what we can control: our attitudes, choices, and responses. Start by examining your beliefs about control. Are there areas of your life where you feel compelled to manipulate outcomes or seek validation from others? Reflect on the underlying fears or insecurities driving these tendencies. By embracing the truth that we cannot control everything, we liberate ourselves from unnecessary stress and disappointment. Instead of seeking validation externally, we can cultivate inner strength and resilience. This shift in perspective fosters a deeper sense of self-reliance and authenticity. Ultimately, dismantling the illusion of control is a journey towards greater emotional freedom. It allows us to navigate life's uncertainties with grace and acceptance, knowing that our worth is inherent and independent of external circumstances. As you continue on this path, remember that true empowerment comes from embracing what you can control: your thoughts, actions, and reactions, and releasing the rest with equanimity. This approach not only enriches your own life, but also enhances your relationships, fostering genuine connections based on mutual respect and understanding. By prioritizing inner peace and self-awareness over the illusion of control, you pave the way for a life characterized by authenticity, resilience, and profound fulfillment. Rule number 4 focuses on detachment in practice, emphasizing the profound importance of letting go of past experiences and relationships to create space for new possibilities. Rooted deeply in Stoic philosophy, particularly the principle that true wealth is found not in accumulating possessions but in minimizing desires, this concept extends powerfully to emotional attachments. It suggests that clinging too tightly to the past can hinder our ability to embrace potential happiness in the future. To illustrate this idea, imagine holding onto a rope so tightly that it causes physical pain, yet hesitating to release it due to fear of the unknown. This vivid imagery challenges the common misconception that letting go signifies loss or regression. Instead, it proposes that releasing our grip can empower us to reach for something even more fulfilling. Drawing from personal experience, consider a scenario where someone remains in a comfortable yet limiting relationship, afraid to venture into the unfamiliar. This reluctance to let go of fear ultimately closes doors to new opportunities for happiness. This example highlights a universal human struggle with attachment, often exacerbated by the pervasive influence of social media and the fear of missing out, FOMO. The narrative advocates breaking free from the cycle of comparison fueled by social media, which often portrays unrealistic images of happiness. It argues that detachment does not mean sacrificing happiness, but rather defining it on our terms. By focusing on what lies within our control, our thoughts, actions, and personal growth, we can gradually detach from unnecessary attachments and move forward unburdened. This shift in mindset allows for a more authentic engagement with life, fostering genuine and deeply fulfilling connections. Ultimately, embracing the practice of detachment enables us to release the emotional weight of the past, opening up space for new experiences and relationships that align with our truest selves. It encourages us to let go of what no longer serves us, trusting that by doing so, we create opportunities for genuine happiness and fulfillment in our lives. Rule number 5, explore the pathway to enduring happiness through the lens of emotional detachment echoes the profound teachings of Stoicism that emphasize discovering true worth and happiness from within rather than relying on external circumstances or seeking validation from others. It explores the notion that genuine happiness is inherently independent of external influences, rooted instead in personal growth, integrity, and self-reliance. At its core, this rule challenges the prevalent belief that our happiness is contingent upon the presence or approval of others. It metaphorically likens this dependency to a bird waiting for permission to fly, urging individuals to embrace self-reliance and personal growth as empowering forces. By cultivating these qualities, one's sense of value and happiness can remain steadfast irrespective of external conditions. Thus, detachment is reframed not as a rejection of others, but as a profound deepening of one's connection with oneself. To vividly illustrate this transformative concept, The narrative employs the metaphor of tending to a garden just as diligent care and cultivation yield a thriving garden. Focusing on self-improvement and nurturing personal growth fosters a resilient source of happiness. This approach underscores the significance of directing attention towards what one can control, namely thoughts, actions, and ongoing personal development as pivotal strategies to foster emotional stability and intrinsic self-worth. Ultimately, both rules number 4 and 5 advocate for a paradigm shift towards detachment. This involves releasing attachments to past experiences or the need for external validation in favor of nurturing inner strength, resilience, and authentic happiness. Drawing deeply from Stoic philosophy, they empower individuals to redefine their happiness and self-worth autonomously, liberated from external influences. This journey towards emotional liberation encourages embracing the freedom found in prioritizing personal growth and embracing self-reliance as the foundation for enduring fulfillment and genuine happiness. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Rule number 6, embrace the present moment. The philosophy of embracing the present moment finds its roots in Stoic teachings, where the emphasis lies squarely on living fully in the present, rather than being consumed by past regrets or future anxieties. This perspective draws wisdom from Marcus Aurelius, a revered Stoic philosopher who advocated for the discipline of confining one's thoughts and actions to the immediate now. The concept delves into how dwelling on the past often results in re-experiencing painful memories or clinging nostalgically to circumstances that no longer exist. Similarly, fretting over the uncertainties of the future can breed needless anxiety about hypothetical scenarios that may never come to pass. Both tendencies serve to detract from the richness and depth that the present moment has to offer. Central to this philosophy is the practice of mindfulness, a pragmatic approach that involves attentively observing one's current experiences without passing judgment. It encourages individuals to engage fully in ordinary activities such as eating, walking, or conversing, appreciating the intricate details that root them firmly in the present. Mindfulness is depicted as a potent tool for minimizing distractions arising from past regrets or future worries. The narrative underscores meditation as a specific technique to train the mind to stay present, using simple exercises like focused breathing to anchor one's attention. The suggestion of dedicating a few minutes daily to these practices aims to gradually diminish the grip of past regrets and future concerns on one's consciousness. Additionally, the text promotes fostering gratitude for small moments and simple pleasures in life, redirecting focus from perceived deficiencies to the abundance found in the present. Embracing the present moment is portrayed as pivotal for establishing emotional equilibrium and mental clarity, equipping individuals to face life's challenges with composure and a clear perspective. Ultimately, this practice is heralded as a pathway to experiencing life in its entirety, fostering a deeper sense of fulfillment and joy. Rule number 7, reframe your thoughts. The art of reframing thoughts emerges as a powerful strategy for achieving emotional detachment, rooted in the deliberate reshaping of one's perceptions and interpretations of life's circumstances. This approach aligns closely with Stoic philosophy and echoes the timeless wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, who famously remarked on how the soul is sculpted by its thoughts. The concept emphasizes the importance of identifying and challenging negative thought patterns and emotional dependencies. Common examples of such patterns include beliefs like "I cannot be happy without this person" or "my success hinges solely on external validation." Recognizing these patterns is seen as the initial crucial step toward altering them. Individuals are encouraged to question the validity of their negative thoughts, probing their accuracy and seeking evidence to either substantiate or dispute them. This process often reveals that these thoughts are exaggerated or unfounded, thereby diminishing their emotional impact. Once identified and challenged, the text advocates for replacing negative thoughts with more constructive, positive, or neutral alternatives. For instance, transforming "I cannot be happy without this person" into "I possess the capacity to find happiness and fulfillment independently" fosters a more balanced and empowering perspective. To reinforce these new thought patterns, the practice of daily affirmations is recommended. This involves writing down and reciting positive statements about oneself regularly and nurturing a mindset of self-assurance and resilience. Mindfulness techniques, particularly meditation, are highlighted as supplementary practices that enhance awareness of thought patterns without judgment. This heightened awareness empowers individuals to observe and modify their thoughts effectively, thereby bolstering emotional resilience and fostering greater control over emotional responses. Reframing thoughts is portrayed as an ongoing, iterative process rather than a one-time endeavor. Through consistent effort in challenging and reshaping negative beliefs, individuals can cultivate inner strength and detachment. This transformation in mindset is celebrated as pivotal in fostering confidence, clarity, and resilience, equipping individuals with the tools to navigate life's challenges with purpose and fortitude. Rule number 8, set healthy boundaries. Setting healthy boundaries is highlighted as a cornerstone of emotional well-being and personal autonomy. These boundaries are described as crucial lines that define acceptable behaviors and interactions, serving to clarify where one person's responsibilities and limits end and another's begin. By establishing and communicating these boundaries effectively, individuals not only assert their self-worth but also reduce their dependence on external validation or circumstances for their happiness and fulfillment. The text emphasizes that setting boundaries should not be misconstrued as creating barriers to push people away. Instead, it is portrayed as a proactive measure to safeguard mental and emotional health. For example, when faced with behaviors or situations that cause stress or discomfort, calmly expressing the need for space or a shift in the dynamics of interaction is encouraged. This approach helps prevent emotional entanglement and nurtures a sense of personal autonomy and respect. Consistently maintaining boundaries is framed as an act of self-care and self-respect. It communicates to others how one values themselves and their needs, fostering healthier relationships built on mutual understanding and respect. Over time, this practice is believed to contribute significantly to personal growth and well-being, creating an environment where individuals can thrive independently and focus on their development without being overly influenced by external factors such as others' opinions or actions. In essence, setting and upholding healthy boundaries is presented as essential for cultivating emotional resilience and fostering a balanced approach to relationships. It empowers individuals to prioritize their well-being while promoting a supportive environment that encourages personal growth and fulfillment. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Rule number 9, engage in self-care. The principle of engaging in self-care is presented as fundamental to achieving emotional detachment and cultivating a resilient, fulfilling life. Drawing from Stoic philosophy, the text invokes Seneca's wisdom, emphasizing that a healthy mind and a healthy body is essential for happiness and well-being. Self-care is depicted as a holistic practice encompassing activities that nurture the body, mind, and spirit. Physical exercise is highlighted not only for its physical health benefits, but also for its profound impact on mood, thanks to the release of endorphins. Additionally, practices such as meditation and mindfulness are recommended for their ability to center thoughts, reduce stress levels, and promote mental clarity and emotional stability. Moreover, the text underscores the importance of pursuing hobbies and passions as crucial components of self-care. Engaging in activities that bring joy and fulfillment independently of external validation or circumstances is emphasized as vital for nurturing personal happiness and inner peace. Quality time spent with supportive loved ones is also recognized as essential for fostering a sense of belonging and strengthening social connections. Self-care is portrayed as integral to cultivating a balanced lifestyle that supports overall well-being and enhances inner strength and self-assurance. By prioritizing self-care, individuals are encouraged to detach emotionally from external pressures not out of indifference, but from a place of self-sufficiency and resilience. Ultimately, investing in self-care is seen as establishing a solid foundation for navigating life's challenges with confidence while maintaining emotional equilibrium and well-being. Rule number 10, practice gratitude. The practice of gratitude is illuminated as a profound and transformative tool for fostering emotional detachment, grounded in the philosophy of shifting one's perspective from scarcity to abundance. Gratitude entails actively recognizing and appreciating the positive aspects of one's life, thereby diminishing the focus on perceived lacks. The text advocates for a daily ritual of gratitude, such as the simple act of journaling 3 things one is grateful for each day. This practice serves to redirect attention from what is absent to what is already present and enriching in one's life. Drawing from the wisdom of Epicurus, the text underscores the significance of cherishing current blessings rather than fixating on desires for what one lacks. Developing a habit of gratitude is portrayed as a powerful means to enhance emotional well-being and provide a buffer against the pain of detachment. By cultivating an appreciation for what one already possesses, individuals can find it easier to release attachments that no longer serve them, thus paving the way for a more serene and contented existence. Collectively, these principles form a cohesive framework for achieving emotional detachment through practical strategies deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. They emphasize the cultivation of self-awareness, self-respect, resilience, and a mindful appreciation of the present moment as essential keys to nurturing inner peace and lasting fulfillment in life. Don't forget to like and share this video with friends whom you think will be inspired by the Stoic principles, and subscribe to our channel to not miss any videos that will help you become more steadfast and resilient in life. Let's continue this journey together by watching the next videos displayed at the end of this video. And remember, every day, every step leads towards self-improvement and contributes to creating a better world.